First things first, if you're new to the channel, why not subscribe? Click on the bell for notifications, and if you like this video, give me the thumbs up. All links in the video description may be affiliated, so check them out as well. And I will put links into the product I'm doing a review on, and maybe some other bits as well, like my server rack. So check that out as well. So let's get on with it, shall we? So I have a new server rack, and it's my first ever server rack, and I've been getting it ready for me to put bits and bobs in it. Get it? Yorkies bits and bobs. And one of the things it has is 2 positions for 2 fans to go on the top. And I thought, I need some airflow, or I might need some airflow, and I'd like to put in 2 fans. Now the problem I found, and if you're thinking about buying fans, you may have the same problem, is it's not something that's easy to find. You can buy fans that have already been pre-built to go into the rack and be mounted in the rack, but to get them to actually to go onto the actual rack itself, like where the pre-holes are for it, are difficult if you want something a little bit special. Like the ones I have here, hopefully are that bit more special. And what I mean by that is they have temperature control on them, and they're USB powered. And I thought, oh, that's what I'm looking for. I want something where I can set the temperature, so if it gets to a certain temperature, they kick in. If it doesn't reach that temperature, I don't want them working. I just want them sitting there. Now these, they come in 2 sizes, 120mm and 80mm, and these are the 120 because I've had a measure up, and that's what my rack takes. And these will be going on the inside, pointing up, so it'll be sucking the air in and pushing it out the top of the actual rack itself. Hopefully I've got that all right. So let's get the unboxing done first. See exactly what you get for your money. I'll move that one out of the way because it's exactly the same. It's just that one's got my label on it, or my name on it, or my address on it. Oh, and the other thing I found, that some of the other ones that did have temperature control on them, they had such a big frame on them that the fan inside looked really tiny. I mean, that's not actually massive, but some of them looked even smaller than that, and I thought, that's going to make more noise, and I'm trying to keep the noise down because it's going to be in this room, so I don't want it to be too noisy. So, what's in the box? We had this round disc, which is a 3M 300 LSE, no idea what that's for, I will find out later. Some mounting screws, yeah, normal fan mounting screws. Looking at that, we have the actual controller itself, so work, stop, so that'd be basically on, off, and speed control. And oh, it's magnetic, just realised, see that? And we have the sensor. Right, so we have the fan itself, we have the speed controller, we have off, low, medium and high, easy enough to understand. So you set that and leave it alone. USB powered, like I said earlier. We have USB, and it's just a standard USB. It just needs probably, what, 2 volts or something like that, 5 amps, I don't know, something like that. I didn't actually read that bit, but looking at it, it looked pretty good. And we have a sensor. This is the sensor, which is magnetic, which is very handy. What we like, isn't it? Yep. And the controller itself, or the thermostat controller. So we have work, plus or minus. So it works in centigrade as far as I understand. And yeah, it looks very easy. Some Velcro, or Velcro strips. Looks like there's 2 in there. And some basic diagram and instructions, hopefully, anyway. Still not sure what that's for. Do you know? Let us know in the comments if you know. Let's see what's going on here. Well, it looks easy enough. I'll tell you what, we'll plug her in and give her a quick test, shall we? So I'm going to use a power bank for doing this. I found out what this is for. It's so you can use the magnetic field of this to stick it onto. Say for instance you've got a wooden cabinet instead of a metal one. It's not going to work, is it, unless you stick it to one of the screws or something. So that's what that is for. Makes sense, doesn't it? That's quite strong actually. So I probably won't need that because my cabinet is metal, and I'm going to stick it to something in there, hopefully. Anyway, now I've sussed out how this works. So if you just want, without the sensor, if you just want the fan on, you just plug that in, power bank and just giving it a test. And she's running, so I've got that on off, so that will just stop. And like so, got low speed, medium speed, and high speed. And it's very quiet actually. I can hear it obviously because I'm right next to it. But overall it's very quiet. That is one of the reasons I've gone for this as well. Like I said earlier, it was very difficult for me to find what I was looking for, but hopefully this is perfect. Now, it did take me a few seconds to realise how this works. So basically, your power from this goes into this, like so. Now if you have another fan, which I do have, and I'm going to connect it in a second, you connect it into there. So it's all controlled by the thermostat. Or if you don't want to control it by the thermostat, just unplug it. And then that will go into there to give it power. Now I've had a little play about it because I wasn't sure how this works, and I didn't like the instructions. They're a little bit vague. So stop is when you want it to stop blowing out. Say for instance the temperature drops, say like down to 20 or below 20 Celsius. So what you would do is you hold this button in for stopping, give it a few seconds and stop, and then you can adjust it minus or plus to your desired temperature, and once it reaches that or below it will automatically stop, and that also sets itself up. You don't have to hold the button in to set it or nothing like that. Now if you want to do plus, it's basically the same. Sorry, I've got to give it a bit of power. So hold the plus button in, starts flashing, and you can set the temperature. Now I've got mine set on 26. Let's just change that again. Yeah, but I'm going to bring it down just to get the fans going. See, there you go. So 26, and she kicks in. Right, let's see if I can actually show you this actually doing what it's supposed to do. So, power bank, USB plugged into the power bank, sensor, which will go on there somewhere, just for this little experiment. We have it set to high, it's fine, and we've got one fan plugged in at the moment. Now, let's turn this on. So, temperature, or the room temperature, is 23 Celsius, according to that. And I've set the minus, or for when it to cut out, is 23. So for it to stop working, easy enough. And I've set the start up to be on 20. Oh, power's gone off. Do it again. And that is set to start up at 24. So at the moment it's off, so I need to warm this up. Hopefully my hand is warm enough. This may take a few seconds and that might power down. Oh, there you go. Straight away. Yeah, 24. Yeah, and it's getting warmer because it's on my hand. Easy enough to understand. Now it should work exactly the same with the second fan, just plug straight in using the extension. Like so. And there you go, two fans running at the same time. Now, this actual framework is actually too big to go onto my cabinet, so what you need to do is unbolt it, then 4 screws. These are just basically normal fans. The Bulgarian fans, which makes them last a lot longer. They say up to 70,000 hours. Whether that's true or not, I don't know, but I need to remove that. But this is a good idea if you need to put this on top of the cabinet rather than underneath the cabinet or inside the cabinet. So yeah, perfect. So that is working fine, just as you would expect it. And then, like I said, when the temperature drops below or to the actual setting, that should just cut out. And it's going to take a while, so I'm not going to actually show you that doing that now. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to dismantle this and I'm going to put it inside my cabinet. Let's get on with it, shall we? stay with me. So yeah, I've installed them, and yes, they are working fine. They're not actually on at the time of making this video because, well, it was warm enough and there's nothing actually running in there at the moment. Now, I did notice the actual cabling was a bit of a mess, as you may have noticed, and I thought, oh, I need some sort of cable management, and I need to move that sensor as well, but I don't like it there, you can't see it properly. So I bought some cable management and I moved them. Let me know in the comments whether you think it looks better. I think it does, and I've also moved one of them cables, the one on the far right. I've actually tucked it around behind the bar now as well, just to make it a little bit cleaner. It definitely looks better in my opinion anyway. As always, I will stick links in the video description in case you want to buy the fans or the actual cable management or the actual cabinet itself. And I'm still working on the actual cabinet, adding bits to it as I go, and if I need to change anything, well, I've got plenty of time, I'll just change it. So if you find this video informative or helpful in any particular way, why not subscribe, click on the bell for notifications, and giving this video the thumbs up. Thank you very much for watching. Look out for my next video, something to do with either my cabinet or it may be something else. So keep watching.